I'm Kazama Nozomu, 3rd grade. Well, let me tell you the best scary story ever. Of all the scary stories told at this school, this one is the scariest. You know that there's a bronze statue of the school principal by the front gates, right? Well, when night falls, it moves around by itself. The end. Stay quiet for a moment and see what happens. What's wrong? Why is everyone so quiet? My story's finished. Why doesn't the next person go now? Ask him if he's really finished. A heavy silence fell over the room. I wondered if that was really the end of his story. Worried, I tried asking him, is that really the end? Yeah, that's right. It's kind of a little disappointing though. Guess I have no choice. Because you're so cute, I'll tell you another special story. Don't fall over in shock though. He looked around at us all sharply, coughed once, then slowly continued. You all use the shoeboxes, right? Of course you do. So, those shoeboxes. Did you know that a spirit appears there? The end. Ask him if that's really the end. A heavy silence fell over the room. I wondered if that was really the end of his story. Worried, I tried asking him, is that really the end? Yeah, that's right. If it's still not enough, we can go back to my place and talk things over to our heart's content there. No, that'll be quite all right. Thank you. You can tell us the story right here. Are you blushing? You're so cute. All right, I got it. I'll tell you another story. To tell you the truth, I didn't really want to tell this story. Kazama-san fell silent, apparently thinking deeply. But then he soon lifted his head and started talking. Do you know a guy in the 3rd grade called Koide Teruo? He's possessed by a tanuki. The end. Ask him if that's really the end. A heavy silence fell over the room. I wondered if that was really the end of his story. Worried, I tried asking him, is that really the end? Yeah, that's right. Now I've gone and told you 3 stories. Wasn't the agreement 1 per person? I don't suppose you still want to hear even more. No, well, you see, how can I put it? I'd like to hear a more fleshed out story. You sure are a selfish kitty, aren't you? Oh well, what can I do? I didn't intend to tell 4 stories, but... He grabbed his head, looking troubled. Maybe this time he'll actually tell me a scary story. After a long sigh, he slowly began to speak. So, there's this girl in the 3rd grade called Sawami Tsukasa. She's a smart girl with thin, slanted eyes. She's not very cute. She's a serious person with few friends. Even if someone asks her to go out, she never agrees. Doesn't matter whether it's a boy or a girl. She always goes home right away. She's not in a club either. One day, I just happened to stumble across her secret. There's a reason why she won't hang out with anyone. And that reason is because she's attending 8 different cram schools. The end. Ask him if that's really the end. A heavy silence fell over the room. I wondered if that was really the end of his story. Worried, I tried asking him, is that really a scary story? Until now, no matter how short the stories had been, they had at least been scary. But what on earth was this one? Yeah, it is. Don't you think a girl going to 8 different cram schools is scarier than any ghost? Ah, but you're not that type of girl, are you? Anyway, setting aside whether it's realistically scary or not, could you tell us a scary story that stirs up the imagination? I see. So you really intend on making me tell you a scary story, huh? Guess I have no choice. Prepare yourself and listen. Somehow his face looked paler than before. Then it looked like he was trembling. He started telling the story as he shook. To tell you the truth, no, I really don't think I should tell this one. It's an awful story. It's so bad that you'll probably feel sick if you hear it. You've been to the school cafeteria, right? Hang on. I have a bad feeling about this. Could you hold on for just a second? What's wrong? You'd rather hear this story with just the 2 of us? That's not it. Your story isn't about how bad the cafeteria food is it? So you already know? That's right. The food is awful, right? The reason people still go there despite the fact it's so bad is because it's cheap, huh? Whenever I remember their set lunches, it really stirs up my imagination. I feel sick. So that was why he went pale. What should I do? If I keep letting him talk, I'll probably not get the scary story that I want. Maybe I should give up and pass the baton to the next person already. Try to endure it for just one more. Please. This is a special article about scary stories. It's not about the bad food in the school cafeteria. I can't put that in the article. I'm younger than you, so please, think of it as helping me out and tell me a real scary story. He stared at me, as though scrutinizing me. Whoops, Maybe I didn't phrase that the right way. If he started going on about love, love, honey, what would I do? He silently cast his eyes down. Did that mean he'd tell me a real story? Guess I have no choice. I've already told you 5 stories now. The first person told 1 story, so if I tell you 1 more, that'll complete the 7 school mysteries, won't it? Everyone, this is a big no-no. Letting me tell the 7th story. You have no idea what misfortune will befall us. To put it more clearly, the 7th story doesn't really matter that much. The problem lies in the act of telling the 7th story. Let's see, the 7th story. There was a guy at this school 5 years ago who killed himself. The end. There we go. And that wraps up the 7 school mysteries. Do you know what happens when you finish telling them all? Somebody disappears. That's right. Someone who's here will suddenly disappear. Go on, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are only 6 people here. Emi-chan. Including you, there should be 7 people here, right? But now there are 6. Kazama-san. You didn't count yourself. Come on, you're not supposed to point that out right away. We're here to have fun, aren't we? At least act a little scared first. Ah, whatever. You're cute, so doesn't matter what you do. I'll forgive you. I didn't know what on earth he was saying. Why did Hino ask such a guy to come here? Did he mean for this article to fail? I decided to move on and listen to the 3rd person's story.